Hi, welcome to my video on the derivative of a linear function. And this linear function is the f of x equals mx. So let's find the derivative f prime if the f of x equals mx. I want to explain this a little bit further. If I let the f of x equal ax, I put an m here instead of an a. The reason I put an m here, because the f of x equals mx, the f of x is equal to mx plus a 0. That's similar to y equals mx plus b, where the y-intercept is 0 and m is the slope. So this, I have an m here instead of an a, but when I do more work on it, I'll always have an a here. A is the term in front of the monomial here. So let's look at the derivative. The derivative is defined as the limit as h approaches 0 of the f of x plus h minus the f of x all over h. And that limit as h approaches 0. So the f of x, plus h, so I have m, and x is x plus h. So the x value here is replaced by x plus h, minus the f of x, which is mx, all over h. And what we have when we're dealing with this limit, when we're working it out, we have to try to get the h as all by itself as a factor in the numerator. So the h and in the denominator cancels with the h in your numerator. So let's continue to simplify. So we have mx plus mh minus mx over x. So the limit as h approaches 0, mx, negative nx cancels out, so we get m h over h, and that simplifies as h. So the h's cancel out, so we get an m. So this, again, this is a constant here. So as h approaches 0, we get the value of m. The idea of when we looked at the limit, the unit we did on limits and continuity. So the limit as h approaches 0, h could approach any number, the value of this limit would have been m. So let's look at some examples. I want to look at just a little note on this just to help you out. If the f of x equals mx, again, I just want to explain. The mx is a linear function, and the slope on the linear function. So if you think about all this information that I did here, the slope is m. So the derivative of this line, remember this line here is y equals mx plus 0. So the y-intercept is 0, and the slope is whatever you want. So it could be a positive slope, doing that, or it could be negative slope. But the derivative is the slope. So that derivative is the m. And so let's look at some values. What about if we take the f of x equals 2x? Then the derivative, this is a linear, so the derivative is a 2 because it's the slope of this. If the g of x equals negative 1/3 of x, then the derivative, again, negative 1/3 x is a linear function whose slope is negative 1/3, so the derivative is a negative 1/3. So notice, because this is linear, then the derivative is the slope too. The derivative is the slope negative 1/3. So if the h of x equals 4x, then the derivative is the slope, which is 4. And if the p of x equals negative 6x, then the derivative is the slope, which is negative 6. And just to make sure, if the f of x equals mx, then the derivative is the m. So that's the derivative of a linear function. So mx is linear, slope is m, so the derivative is the slope of the tangent. And so on a line, explaining here, on this line, the slope never changes. So no matter what value of x you pick along this line, if x is 1, the slope of this line is m. If x is 2, the slope of this line is m. If x is 0, the slope of this line is m. So because this line is linear, the slope is the same on this line. So that's why the derivative of this linear function is m. And again, if you like my video, click the like button, click the subscribe button, visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. The content on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained, just one word. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video helped you. Bye-bye.